Yep.
Hey yo, Shalom.
Shalom.
Praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakar Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Most on the whole world, man. Shalom to all the Akim out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. You know, it's the GMS London Yaikar. We are here again, basically to prophesy against this wicked realm, man. Hey man, all that goes on in here is just perversion. Everything that goes on here is completely off, man. The whole society was built off of wickedness, and that's all they promote. That's all they've ever done, man. Unrighteous acts. Basically, this so-called white man is now trying to portray himself as the angel of light. But hey man, you can see, you judge a man by his deeds, then you can see what is this so-called white man. He's a wicked piece of shit. So, you know, kick off
2 Timothy.
Yeah, now do Amos 9 and 8 first.
This is Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom. And now
that's it. The eyes of the Lord God, and the eyes of the Lord God, they're the angels, man. He's got the angels out here basically watching what's going on out here. And you're seeing nothing's going on out here but all forms of wickedness, man. You're having it revealed every other week. A new scandal's coming out. Like, oh, people are getting messed up here. People getting wiped out here. You know, this kind of illegal deal was being done. Hey, this whole society is basically built off corruption and just completely off maneuvers, man. Guys are talking about the monetary system. This monetary system out here is a hot mess, man. It's a joke. You put your money in the bank. Them bankers are literally playing slots with that shit. And then when they go bust, hey man, you just gotta pay. The taxpayer has to take up the tab. How the fuck is that righteous? This everything out here is just a hot mess, man. And the thing is the people out here completely ignorant to how things function out here. Then say, oh no, it's all the greatest, the this, the that. But that's off. Hey, these guys are getting shafted every day by their government. But they think everything's good. That's called a fucking idiot.
This is Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Yeah, people are covering gross darkness, man. They think they think an act of righteousness is if you go out to a homeless guy and give him a McDonald's meal, man. That's meant to be a good act. If you see, someone falls over in the street, standing up and giving that old lady the priority seat on the underground. I've done my good deed for the day. That's completely off. Because what the Bible says, hey man, the goodness comes from the law, man.
That's right.
This is what called no man good. Because everyone out here is wicked pieces of shit. Right. Ourselves included. But hey man, everyone's out here just like, I'm a good person. Then there ain't no one on the planet Earth. A fucking psychopath that's got bodies on him is gonna say, no, I'm a good person. That's, what the hell does that mean? That's just, it's a hot mess, man. A bitch will be fucking out on her husband and say, well, I'm a good person. I just made a mistake. But hey, according to the law, like, you're meant to take, that people are meant to be getting removed from the planet Earth.
That's right.
For those, for certain crimes, man. People are meant to be getting wiped out for certain crimes. It's like if a guy goes around murdering 300 people, then you're meant to put that guy in prison. So he can contaminate the entire, the whole prison is going to be, that demon inside him is going to contaminate the whole prison. A guy might go in there just because he stole someone's phone and then come out and just start getting bodies on him because of that guy.
Now.
Yeah, come on, man. That's just off. All kinds of stupidness, and everyone's all completely ignorant, man.
This is Sirach 12 from the top. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits.
Yeah. That's like, if you're just there, like, you might have been helping out. Your neighbor might have come around like, oh, I've got this terrible problem. Could you help me with a cup of sugar? You give him that cup of sugar, you did that good deed. Then he goes and uses that cup of sugar, he melts it down. Then he tortures his little child by putting a melted hot caramel on top of their head, man. So, was that a good deed in the end? Fuck no, it wasn't, man. That's how ignorant people are. They just think, but I help them. Yeah. No, that's stupidity.
Yeah.
That's like saying that doing airstrikes in Syria was a good deed. What the fuck are you talking? You're blowing up innocent people because of what the government's doing. Like, do you know how stupid that is?
And then have the cheat to say, we haven't got a problem with the Syrian people. This is the Syrian government.
Yeah, it's sad. It's not even the government, it's just Assad. We need Assad. As soon as Assad goes out, every problem's fixed. Give me a fucking break. When did that ever work? Man, we're talking about Saddam Hussein. After they smashed up Iraq, Iraq's in a worse state than it was. Man, we're talking about Gaddafi's. Libya's been at like a fucking a continuous raging fire since that guy got whacked. So you know that's basically this so-called white man's way of what they call foreign policy. His way of policing the world. All it does is make every situation worse.
Right.
When is the so-called white man ever gone somewhere and they've been better off afterwards? Don't worry, I'll wait.
It says, do good to the goodly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High, there can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms.
Yeah. So it's like, for example, it's like with the name, what was it? Was it Hispaniola where fucking thingy landed?
Where
Columbus, man. Was it? No. It wasn't even there. It was a pilgrims that got fucking nursed to health by a guy. Yeah. I think it was pilgrims. I think it was some English bastards.
And they resort to cannibalism before then.
Yeah. So they helped. What do you call it? Gaddaf's helped them out. Then what? How did that turn out? They lost their country. They got fucking poisoned by smallpox blankets. They ended up getting fucked up pretty goddamn hard, man. And now they're on reservations in their own land.
It's the devil.
Amazing. That's how well it fucking works out for them. So this is why you can't just do good to whoever the fuck, man.
It says, give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
Yeah, help not a sinner, man. That's like if a guy's about to he's passed out on the street, he just got hit by a car. You say, oh my God, call the ambulance. But that guy could have been chasing down some 6-year-old girl to kidnap her, man.
Yeah.
And someone run him over and saved her.
Yeah.
Go back in Amos.
Yeah. It says, back in Amos 9 and 8, behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, and I'll destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's it. The Lord's saying he's going to destroy this place from off the face of the earth. Because what's going on? Hey, man, you talk about the heritage of England. Since the Edomites came into power, what has it been? Unrighteous rule. Even when Jake was here ruling, man. Remember having all kinds of unrighteous dealings, man. Man were warring with their brothers and that, just for land. Man were warring for thrones, warring over BS, man. Man were running up in the Holy Land, doing some wickedness, trying to get blessed up, trying to build the kingdom. Well, whilst there before, you know, a man will be committing adultery, but I'm trying to build up the kingdom of heaven. Man slamming the next man's wife, saying he's trying to build up the kingdom of heaven.
Wickedness.
Give me a fucking break. But that's all that's going on, man. That's why it's like, more or less, to get the kingdom. We're unworthy of that, man. If not for Yahushua's sacrifice, we wouldn't even. Yahushua is the only one that's worthy of receiving it, man.
Yeah.
We're just joint heirs, man. We get to tag along for the ride as an act of mercy. So you know, that's why you have to. How you gonna be out here saying, oh, you know, I'm a good pal, I'm this, I'm that, man? You wicked piece of shit. God.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord. That's why it's like you get these stupid ass Muslims coming up saying, oh, but weren't the Jews disinherited? Or isn't it with Ishmael now? Where's that in the Bible? It tells what's the wording, man, for like not the and sent out the bondmaids. I can't remember, man. It's in thingy, man. It's in is it Thessalonians? It's either in Hebrews or it's in Thessalonians. About what's his name, man? Ishmael.
Oh, okay.
That chimpanzee, man, and his mama.
Well,
About
Galatians
the one born
4.
bond and the one born free.
Or Galatians 4:24, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20.
Man, it's like
Galatians 4.
Because Ishmael, these guys, what the line that basically these Muslims are trying to come up through, that was the line of the bond, man. That was passed out as disinherited. They were giving them 12 princes, but the inheritance was passed on to Isaac, man.
Is it, yeah? Okay.
This is Galatians 4:22. For it is written that Abraham had two sons, the one by a bondmaid and the other by a free woman.
Yeah, one by a bondmaid, one by a free woman. And that's because what's her name? Hagar. She was a, well, you know, Egyptian. But she was a slave. She was a servant of Sarah.
Yep. It says, but he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh, but he of the free woman was by the promise.
Yeah, that's it. So it's like he was set up in the spirit to be dealt with. That's why it's like Sarah was up in age, man. Up in age as fuck. When no one's even thinking Sarah's gonna have a youth. Then the Lord opened the womb, allowed it to happen, man. So that's why it's like set up in the spirit to go down that way. And the Lord was basically like, look, man, I'm gonna bless your seed. But then like Ishmael was just like the just there, just you know, just like say, okay, I've got a youth now. But then hey man, Isaac was the one that was set up in the spirit, man. And it's evident because it goes down to what? Jacob afterwards. And that's where the line that was set up. Why is it not chronicling like Ishmael going up and wherever the fuck he went and what he was doing? My man just said, okay, he's gonna have the 12 princes. There's 1-2 prophecies where they say, you know, this Ishmael is gonna be doing X, Y, and Z in the last days. How he's gonna be getting smashed. But other than that, it's Israel. It all deals with Israel, man. It goes down the tribes, man. That's how the Lord deals, man. But it's the same thing with Esau. Esau's upset he didn't get a cut. They've basically been trying to win that back. You can get like Romans 9 on that as well. Yeah. Nice. Bring down that. Because hey man, the promises is set up in the spirit, man. Set up in the spirit, and that's what Esau's trying to fight against. This Oka White man with this New World Order plan, really what these elites, man, these elite banking families are trying to do. They're trying to fight against the spirit. Hey man, the kingdom that's being set up in the spirit, man. Kingdom that's being set up in the spirit. Because since what? Since from Abba Bivens, man. Since the elders have been coming out on the street, you can tell that's the kingdom being built. And hey, these elites can see that the kingdom's being built, and once that kingdom starts building up, that's a downfall of theirs. And this is why they're so upset. This is why they're doing everything in their power, sending up some grimy agents to try and, you know, agent provocateurs to try and catch man out in certain things, because they're trying to do everything in their power to bring this thing to an end. Hey, it's of the Lord, man. You can't bring this thing to an end unless the Lord wants it to, and He don't.
This is Romans 9 and 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by her father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
Yeah, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil. Ooh. Now imagine it's like Jacob and Esau. If you go back in the reincarnation, they had done good and evil, funnily enough. Because it's like when Jake came as Abel had the good sacrifice, and Cain had the unrighteous sacrifice, man. Man was dusting trying to sacrifice spinach and an apple and a watermelon. You know, that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then afterwards he gets told, look man, if you do well, you'll excel, but if not, then sin lieth at the door.
Yeah.
And what happened? Sin lied, he murked off Abel. Then what? He lived unrighteously, man. Man became the first, Man became the first murderer on the planet Earth.
Right, boy.
And you see in the spirit what happened when Esau was around, man. Esau had his birthright, then he despised it. The guy sold the birthright for raw meat. What the fuck? That's a stupid fuck, man. You got the inheritance of the world. You're gonna think, you know what, actually, just give me that raw meat. But what about, okay, give me that birthright. Then afterwards, when he does actually take the birthright, you're gonna be like, look, man's there just like, I'm gonna mourn my father, then his arms start shaking. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna kill that nigga. That's an unrighteous, that's an unworthy piece of shit.
Since Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Yeah, for one morsel of meat. And it says profane person or fornicate. I mean, you know, that's a guy that's basically that really means you have no faith that birthright is going to mean anything. And the thing is imagine. So this is how you know he's not set up in the spirit. He's not spiritual at all. The only reason that Abraham got the blessing in the first place, obviously, it was set up in the spirit, but was because of his faith.
Yeah.
So then, how was some guy, some faithless dog that esteems that as nothing, gonna inherit? Of course not.
And if I can say, that's proof that it's talking about the so-called white man today, because Esau, built his businesses like that, where he will know that it's fucking up the earth, but he will carry on doing it. He'll be like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna carry on doing it. He doesn't think about his children and his children's children. He's just thinking about that quick profit now, that quick morsel of meat now that he can satisfy his belly with.
Yes, it's funny because I've been talking to people in other companies around me saying like all these companies, it's basically the guys on the top, they're just worried, they just care about the bottom line. Yeah. As long as they're getting black in that account, they're seeing the mills rolling in. They don't give a fuck about what goes on at the bottom. Yeah. They can be running that shit. It's like McDonald's, man. Them guys a cream cake in it. They don't care about the fucked up food they're serving, the fucked up way their employees get treated. Yeah. And that's how the so-called white man runs the whole system. You look at the government, bro, there's fucking boundless homeless in Windsor. Then you can have some super spanking elaborate wedding. Like right next to them. Yeah. So that shows how unrighteous this place is, man.
I heard it saying how in Knightsbridge there are McDonald's workers who earn less than the parking meters outside the store. The parking meters are like £13 an hour, where they're getting paid significantly less than that.
That's that's a hot mess, man. But hey, that's what happens when the so-called white man rules the earth, man. When the wicked rules the earth, then all you've got is unrighteousness abounding left, right, and centre. When was the time when anyone was ever like, you know what, the way this place is, everything's when was there any peace or any kind of calm or people just being satisfied? There weren't. Only time these so-called white people were getting that was when they were smashing up Jake in slavery and getting free labor.
This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, that's it. The people, the hella mourning. You gotta have people out here. All they ever complain about, all talk do is complain about work. People complain about work, complain about their wife, complain about kids, complain about everything, man. Where's someone saying, yeah, you know, they have a holiday, they go on holiday. Then they're like, fucking hell, I have to come back to this after my holiday. They ain't even talking about what they enjoyed on their holiday. They're thinking about just, I have to fucking come back to this shit.
Yeah.
That's what kind of a fucking place is that? That's insanity. You're gonna be out here, you're always depressed. That's why everyone's on fucking drugs, man. They've got an opioids crisis. That's because people don't want to deal with reality, man. That's why everyone smokes fucking weed, bro. Everyone on the planet Earth actually smokes weed. You can light up a joint. A homeless man could light up a joint. You can have people come, yo, let me just take it. I need that. Man, a bunch of drug addicts, man.
Yeah.
Man, hooked on prescription drugs, all kinds of shit, man. What the fuck? If people are that messed up, what the fuck is going on out here, really? Is this really the great, amazing place everyone's describing it to be? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Go back into Romans.
This is Romans 9:11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand. No.
Yeah, that's how the Lord deals, man. He deals with election. He basically set up from before the earth was even made who he's gonna exalt, who's gonna base. He already had it set up in the spirit. So hey, that shows what that this is not a thing, a carnal little new world order plan. It's not going to be able to convert the spirit of the Most High that he had around before you even were even a speck to even think of a plan. That's why it's hilarious, really, because hey, these elites are basically working themselves. They're basically fulfilling the prophecy, man. Like they think they're subverting it, but they're just working even harder to fulfill it. Because it says what in in Job 5, I'll disappoint the devices of the crafty. So it's like all these plans, all these machinations, this so-called white man's putting together, they're going to be disappointed, and that's in the book, and that's in the Bible.
It says 2 Corinthians 13:8, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's like when you get these so-called smart alecks, they try and come up and say, okay, I'm going to disprove the Bible. All they do is bring out edification when you slaughter them with it. That's all that happens. That spiritual sword, slaughter, and you can see them getting messed up in the spirit.
Now,
what I think.
yesterday night, there was a lady.
Do 2 Ezra 6 verse and like what is it,
64? Right, this is 2 Ezra 6:8, and he said unto me, for Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, so Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. So that's why it's like, hey, us man coming out and doing this work on the roadside, that's the beginning of it that followeth, man. So that's why it's like the kingdom's being built. This, hey, that's really like basically the war horns, the war trumpets being sounded of the end of Esau's realm, man. And you can see it in the spirit. It's done been happening, man. From the 70s till now, this place has become a hot mess, man. Man had to push through women's lib, the so-called civil rights movement. I'm like, imagine these guys were slaves. Now you're having to give these guys rights. I'm like, what the? I'm like, now they're like before you used to be able to go and lynch a nigga if you fucked some white pussy. Now you got niggas on TV, you know, just like, you know, yeah, it's my wife and this. He's slamming her in. Man are getting new, man's getting paid, getting hot mega deals to slamming white women. Like, what the hell? And I'm like, do you're through. This guy is like this guy's meant to be, like, the way Jake's been esteemed out here is like they're just a piece of shit. But now it's like the women that are meant to be at the top are going and dealing with that so-called piece of shit. So what's going on out here, man? If I was a white man, I'd be incredibly upset. I would vote for Trump, and I would vote Brexit. I'd be like, get these niggas out! Get them out! Now, imagine you're just there, you're just living your life in the countryside. Your daughter goes into the city for uni. Then she comes back and some black guy, some long dick Negro is slamming it in. That would fuck up. I'm like, if I was an Edomite, that would mess me up, man. I would want to take out black people. But hey, imagine that's what these elites have done to these people out here. Because hey man, it's like, hey, she started dealing with Jake, that inherit, because she got disinherited. Yep. She was a nobody, man. All she had was a name. But hey, on the higher levels, they ain't just casually just gonna have some random black Negro up in there, just slamming in their doors. Oh hell no. And even that's why it's such a big hoorah for Harry to get some black box. But really, who is Harry, man? He's not even a son of Charles. Yeah. Guy's ginger and everything, man. What the fuck?
Verse 9 says, verse 10, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question Ezra's asked thou not.
Go back in Romans.
This is Romans 9 and read from 11 again. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Yeah, not of works, man. And imagine this New World Order plan, these elites are cooking up. That's an epic work, man. Man have been, for 300 years, man have been like, yo, we're doing this, we're orchestrating world wars, bringing in all kinds of money, doing this and that with the monetary system, gaining control of different countries and all this. But it's all in vain, man. Because it's not even about works. It's about election, man. So that's why it's like, hey, man, all this is very soon just going to be gone, man. Yeah. And you can see it's losing its luster, man. Once the interest rates rise, man, it's game over. But it's actually done. Like they already know. It's from the monetary system. Can be the thing is they just leave it in a fucked up state, but then they put on a band-aid to kind of like just keep it limping along. Then they can be like, okay, they take the band-aid off, and then it's fucked. Yeah. It's like even that what is it, the rent to buy scheme? As well. There's meant to be a housing bubble around that. The housing prices in London have been fucking skyrocketing for the longest. You know, people are like, oh yeah, you're not just gonna hold on to it till it's worth a bit more. When you can't afford that mortgage, then it ain't gonna be worth you. Ain't gonna be worth a damn thing to you, man.
Then you're gonna be like, damn, why didn't I listen to those niggas and not buy?
Exactly. Fucking madness, man. It's a hot mess. It's a hot mess.
This is verse 12. It says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Yeah, so the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American is the one the Most High loves, and the so-called white man is the one he hates. That's straight out of the Bible.
Yep.
So that's why how are you going to subvert that? He's there, he's hating your guts. Then he's going to be like, okay, well, you did your little plan, so now I have to give you the inheritance. Oh, hell no. Bro, if the Most High created you, man, it goes into that. Like,
It says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High?
And that's what Edomites trying to say. It's like, oh, how are you going to create someone and then judge them as unrighteous? It's like they say with like, oh, if a guy was made gay, then like, how can you put that guy to death? Bro, because God said so, man. Like, is what it is, man. The Most High made the wicked. You know, you can get that Proverbs 16:4. The Most High made the wicked just because he made Esau. Does that mean, okay, now you've got to love him? He's got, you know, he's got to get a happy ending just because you're created. Bro, you can make anything, man. I could fucking sneeze and make the bogies out of my nose into a sculpture. Does that mean I have to love that sculpture? Oh, hell no. I could take a shit. Just because I took a shit, does that mean I have to love that shit? Oh, hell no. And that's what it's with Esau, man. Esau's that shit.
And that's the hypocrisy of these people, because these people do and create stuff and that's, nah, I don't like this one.
You don't really like that, it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man might spend like 13 hours painting a canvas. That's the thing into the corner. But then you're saying, no, but you created them, you have to love them. That is BS, man.
This is Proverbs 16:4. The Lord Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
You made the wicked for the day of evil. That's, you know, that's all it is. It's like when you have a movie script, you have the villain, and then the villain plays his role. You ain't got a villain in there all of a sudden becoming a hero, unless it's Thanos.
Yeah.
But Thanos is obviously, of course he's the hero.
That's
of
right.
Course. But you ain't got the villain coming in and then playing the role of the hero. You've got the hero plays his role, the villain plays his role. People don't get upset like, oh, why is he doing that? Come on, man.
Yep. So back in Romans.
Well, it's even like, what do you call it? Like Black Panther as well, man. Killmonger was the hero.
Yeah.
Black Panther was a villain. He was basically being a greedy, hoarding nigga, man. Man was like, what? I'm gonna keep all these free. Man should have, well, Killmonger was a bit attacked, but you know, his point was good. Should have fucked up these white people, man. What the hell? They're gonna have people in slavery, you're just gonna chill. Like, okay, let's do nothing. Give me a break. God.
It's back in Romans 9 and 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Yeah, that's it, man. And the thing is people do that anyway. You might fucking meet a guy and just not like that motherfucker. You might meet a guy and be like, fuck that prick. Just off, you know, instincts. Yeah. And you might meet a guy and be like, that guy's all right, man. So so you're allowed to be a dickhead to who you want to be to and be cool with who you want to be with. But then the Most High is not allowed to do that. Yeah. That means fuck you then, you're a piece of shit.
They'll be like, nah, bad vibes.
Yeah, nigga, yeah, innit?
Yeah.